Right.
And I thought, yeah, maybe I'm going to meet Bhante Sujatha, but in Sri Lanka.
Right.
And I met your parents.
Right.
It was a beautiful artifact. Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of Choose Lovingkindness. Today with Bhante Sujatha, the kindness-loving monk. And me, I'm Linda. I'm a student who lives at the moment in Germany. I study veterinary medicine. And this is my hometown. We're in Innsbruck. So it always has a very healing meaning for me, this place where we are right now. Just in nature, and growing up here means a lot. And the way we met actually was 6 years ago, and I was little. I was 14 at that time.
Right.
I wasn't even really able to understand everything you said in English, but it was when you visited a mutual friend of ours in Austria, and I always felt that energy though. It's not always about the words. And so you visited again and again, and you watched me growing up kind of, and also inspired me to go to Sri Lanka, where I traveled to a year ago, and I also went to the meditation center you started there, Sanatha Suaya, and I learned a lot about meditation there as well. So that's how we met, and it's very special to meet again now. Well, at the moment, because I'm studying veterinary medicine in Germany, and we started talking here about just how decisions are made and how they're influenced by different people. I felt the need to talk about just social influence in general about with you.
Okay. Thank you, Linda. It was so wonderful to do my sixth episode with you, Choose Lovingkindness series. I'm doing different places in the world. And so again, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you are growing, and 14 to now you are almost 20, right?
Yeah,
That's
20.
very interesting journey, and it's, now I feel I'm aging too.
Even though you don't look like it.
So anyway, this social influence is a big part of in the society, and especially your generation. In the modern world, the people are really experience that. I'm always working with young adults like your age. Always I hear those stories. The first thing we have to understand when we talk about social influence, the society wherever we live now, I think that's a perfect place.
Okay.
So sometimes when we live in this society, in this world, sometimes we get tired and exhausted. Most of time we get exhausted and tired because of people and the social influence and communication and all those things. So when you get tired, sometimes we think, if I have another place to go, no people, top of a mountain, beautiful, then if I can live by myself, no problems at all.
Yeah.
I think it is so delusional, and why we can go wherever we go, we have to go with our own problems and own mind.
Yeah.
So that's why I said this society wherever we live now, all the people around, this is the perfect place for us to live. So before we talk about this subject, we have to understand and we have to be grateful the society wherever we live now.
Yeah.
Even it is challenging and difficulties in the society, we all are grateful because this is the place we can grow.
Exactly. I also feel like challenges are not bad, or difficulties. That is all. Those are all things that help us develop ourselves and always also question our opinions and our positions at the moment.
Right.
So they help us.
So I have a question for you. In your generation, your lifestyle, especially university lifestyle or college lifestyle, how do you feel that influence in the society wherever you live? How you feel?
So I experience in just conversations with people, there is always a question: what are you doing? What do you want to do? What are your goals? And then I tell them and I explain my position, but I always hear opinions. It's every person I talk to, most of the time they have something to say about it.
Right.
Just to say something about it.
Yeah,
and
it's very interesting. People, most tiring thing for me in the society, people have lots of opinions, but there is no solutions. People are very good to give the opinions, but they don't bring any solutions. So the nature of my work, I have opinions too.
Yeah.
Then I give a solutions too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are just consuming and wasting our time.
Yeah.
And I totally understand. There's a beautiful story I heard many years ago. This social pressure influence. There was a rich family. In one child in this family end up in a mental hospital. So now therapists and doctors going to help this child. And one day she was in a good mood, and doctors and therapy asked, how are you feeling? Why you are end up here in this place? Then this girl said, my mother is a medical doctor. She always influenced me, pushed me always to be a doctor. So my father is an engineer. He pushed me always. He wants me to do like an engineering life. And also my brother is so and so. He wants to do something else. My sister so and so. She wants to do something else. Everybody wants me to do whatever they want. And finally, I can handle my life. What happened? I end up in this mental hospital. Everybody thinks now I am a lunatic. I am crazy. Now I feel honestly, I am totally fine. All the peoples are out of this building, out in the world. They are the crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's a funny story, but same time there's some wisdom.
Absolutely. I see where you're going, and I can really feel connected to the girl as well, because that is what I hear. So they not only do they tell you what they hope you're gonna be, what you're gonna pursue, but also they tell you, oh, don't do that. It's gonna be, you're gonna have a bad success with that, or you're not gonna be just successful.
You know, other thing, Linda, is very interesting. We always doing what other people want to do. You know, very rarely we do whatever I want to do, whatever I feel right. I can talk about my own life experience when I was in your age, and people always calling me I'm a stubborn monk. I'm not listening. Actually, I'm listening, but it doesn't mean I'm taking everything in.
Yeah.
You know, the listening is a good thing, but doesn't mean I have to follow everything.
Exactly.
So I was into trouble and not accepting I'm doing something right. Everybody was looking at me, I'm wrong. So anyway, because of my stubborn quality, it's helped me to grow where I am now. But what I did, even other people, thousands of people telling me the different things, but I had to feel connected to myself and what I feel right to myself. If I go this direction, maybe there's a risk.
Mm-hmm.
But without taking a risk, we cannot do nothing in life.
No.
So what I did, I took all the risk,
Yeah.
then I follow my heart.
Yes.
So because of that, I'm telling you and all the people who is going through this problem, follow your heart. And there is a way to figuring out.
But I see the problem there is that a lot of people don't even think about like what is in my heart, what is my reason, why do I want to be here, why am I here?
Right.
So I think the first thing is to just know yourself and then find the confidence to pursue your goals and the knowledge you gained out of overthinking why you're here.
Right. And I think that area is very very good to focus on. I can meet some people, some children like your age, they are so confused. They don't know who I am, what I have to do. They don't know what is my journey, my path. I think that's their problem.
But when we're confused, that is the point when we listen to other people
Right.
more than we listen to ourselves.
Right. So what I am suggesting, that's how meditation helps.
Yeah.
That time, so you have to sit still and go inward and listen to your heart. Because the nature of the people, they don't have time to listen to themselves.
Yeah, in our world especially.
Other interesting part, people don't want to do their own job to figuring out their life.
Yeah.
Then what will happen? Other people, our loved ones, our parents, our teachers, our guidance, they involve into our life. Then they are making suggestion for us to do. Then we don't like that too.
Yeah.
Now I can see it's going back and forth. We don't figuring out, we don't take the responsibility for our lives and to figuring out, then other people jump into the situation, then we have a conflict.
Yeah. And it's also, I think it's an easy exit because you don't have to confront yourself and you don't have to do that work with yourself. And it's also easy to just say, well, you told me to do that, now it's not working out.
Right. Then
it's
we can
your
blame.
fault.
Probably. And also, there's a very interesting part in this. So, you want to make the decision about your life. You feel this is the direction I want to go.
Yeah.
But people have fear to fail.
Yeah.
If I fail, I'm not doing right. Maybe society is not accepting me where I am. So, I think whatever we do in our life, Linda, there's a risk.
That's
so,
true.
my point is for everybody, take the risk.
Yes.
Take the risk and do what your heart telling you to do. Then if you fail, if you did something wrong or made mistakes, then learn from it, move on and go to next.
Yes, because that's what shapes us.
Yeah.
When we make mistakes, we learn from that and we can also find strength in that failure.
Right, exactly.
So also just making the step and thinking like, okay, there is a risk. What is going to happen if I fail? Like, I can learn from it.
If you fail, then you know how to pass.
Yeah, that is true. And then you can say you've been there.
Right, exactly. That's how I feel too about my life. Now, always, especially my life, people always see I'm very successful. I am in the world doing lots of work. But people don't see my, all the moments I fail.
Yeah.
All the moments I was frustrated, all the moments I was upset and mad about myself. But every experience helped me to be a better person.
And it made you to who you are.
Yeah, exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
So that is, and imagine it would only always, it would work out perfectly. That would be boring too, right?
Right, exactly.
So I can imagine that in those times of hard work or in those times of failure, there were not a lot of people that were supporting you at that time. Is that true?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Very few people. But I figure out everything by myself. Being in a new country, I don't speak the language.
Yeah.
It was so challenging. Then so many people telling me do that and do this, but then I feel it is not right. I don't know what they are asking me to do. So finally, I was realizing, no, I have to go my own journey. I have to listen to myself. I am my own guidance,
Yeah.
then I felt all the opportunities are opening
Mm-hmm.
to the world.
That is true.
Yeah.
And that is what makes our world diverse, I would
Right.
say.
Mm-hmm.
That if people like you just follow their own purpose and take the risk, that is amazing, because we have so many different life ideas and ways of living.
Right.
And so it would be boring if everyone would become a doctor,
Right,
right?
exactly. Everybody
So,
is doctors.
yeah.
What we are going to do here in this
No,
world?
no,
you know?
that's
Who is
true.
going to clean the toilets? Who is going to
Yeah.
clean the roads, right?
Yeah.
So we have to accept everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
So, and other question, Linda, for you, now your age and your society, what are the other challenges you are facing?
So I feel like our society, it's the first time in history that we have something like social media or the
Mhm.
internet, where we can, which is an amazing opportunity
Mhm.
to exchange ideas and exchange knowledge and learn from it.
Mhm.
But also there are, like, the downside is that there is a social norm,
Mhm.
and everyone is aspiring to become like people that are, there is a profile, and just like the typical social perfect person,
Mhm.
everyone is trying to follow that norms,
Mhm. Mhm.
and it takes out the diversity
Mhm.
from people. Like, everyone is trying to fit into a profile.
Mhm. Mhm.
Not everyone, but a lot
Right,
of people
some
feel the
people.
pressure, the social peer pressure,
Yeah, exactly.
and then they try to change themselves to become more socially accepted, I would say.
I think the problem is, Linda, because we are believing whatever society believes.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we are giving all our powers to outer world.
Yeah.
So that means our inner world is so weak,
Mm-hmm.
right? Our inner self is so weak. So that means we have to do lots of inner work, inside work, live in this world.
Yeah.
Then easily you can enjoy the society, the world and environment if you know
Yeah.
who you are.
Yeah.
Now think about, I'm a monk. I'm living in modern America, in the modern world, and sometime maybe society thinks I'm crazy. Right? And even some people open
Yeah.
the fake Facebook page, anti-Buddhist monk. And so, criticizing me, it's not accepting to their social norms.
Yeah.
But I felt in that moment I'm going to lose everything. But that moment I realized doesn't matter. Why?
Yeah.
I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
My energy level is better inside me. Then why I'm worrying about the whole society, what they are doing? So then what I did, I'm more focused inward and figuring out myself. Then whatever I turning into my life in the good inside, then I took that message to the world.
Yeah.
So that is the missing part in the society. Like your generation, easily you go and try to fit into that society, wherever you see, whatever you see outward. So what I'm asking you, figure out inwardly first, inside, then they take that message to the world. Then you can give a gift to the world.
True, definitely.
Right. Then other thing, then you become a big part of that society, and in a good way, positive way, you are helping so many people.
Yeah.
And then those people following your guidance and your wisdom. We are not conditioning people. We are not brainwashing people.
No.
That's how I see my work. I go and help the world in a good way.
Yeah, you help the people help themselves.
Right, exactly.
I remember when I put a lot of energy into pleasing other people, I could really see that I slowly just turned inwards and just wasn't able to really fully live my personality. And then I started traveling and also moving around a lot and seeing that everything is impermanent, and the opinions are also impermanent. So
everything
I
changes.
come and travel, and then there's somebody giving me an opinion, and I have either the choice to say, okay, I think about it, and maybe I say that your opinion is like the truth or whatever, but now I'm just trying to learn to say, thank you for your opinion. I
Right.
take that into consideration, but I'm the person who makes the
Make
decision.
the decisions, right? Exactly. That's how I do too. You know, when we are living the society, when social influence, when other people try to give this and that,
Yeah.
don't get distracted by it,
No.
and bring your awareness into it and listen to it and looking at it and participate in that conversation. It doesn't mean you have to follow everything.
Yeah.
You know what you said, you know, maybe I will consider that,
Right.
right? So to consider that, you have to feel right. Otherwise, no need to do that.
Yeah.
So I can see my first 20 years, everything I did as a young monk to make the world and the society happy.
Okay.
But inside me, I'm so unhappy. Why? The society already conditioned, if you do something against the society acceptance, you are a bad monk,
Okay.
right? So I was stuck in that dark place many years in the traditions and the culture. Then I realized everybody is happy now, I'm unhappy. So it's not the healthy, it is so
Yeah.
unhealthy. Now I'm doing everything to make me happy.
And
Then
you
I
can-
know then world will be happy after that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that idea and I love that perspective. But so what would you recommend to people my age who are definitely like very confused and obviously confused? What is the best way to just manage and manage those challenges and say, I'm still gonna find my voice and
Yeah.
my way?
Right.
What is that?
So first thing I'm asking, especially your generation, your age, we had to find somebody wisdomful person, like I call noble friend
Yeah.
or noble teacher, whoever, whatever word you want to use.
Yeah.
Noble friend is always listening to you, loving you and guiding you, accepting who you are,
Yeah.
then accordingly giving the instruction to guide. So
Yeah.
you need that kind of person. So that person always listen to you, not rejecting your ideas.
Yeah.
And also when that person hear your ideas, listen and shape them and make them a better place,
Yeah.
and make it your idea, not his or her idea.
Yeah.
So that's the number one. Number two, then having that wisdomful relationship with somebody, then you internally you are starting to grow yourself little by little. Then you become wisdomful person. You become a wise person. When you become a wise person, in that sense, the decision you are making is clear.
Yeah.
Then you are not making the decision way the society wants. So that means everything in you, not
Yeah.
outside of you. So what I'm asking you, Linda, in the society, the society wherever you live now, so what I'm asking that your generation, make yourself strong. Don't try to change the world. World is too big for you to focus, but
Yeah.
your inner world is a perfect size.
Yeah.
So I think that's the suggestion I can make. That's what I did too. But when you do that the way you want, the society, in the first place, society start to hate you.
Okay.
You
yeah.
know, society thinks you are wrong, you are stupid, you are crazy. All those things people will say that. Now I'm asking you, are you ready to accept that?
Yeah.
If you are not ready to accept that, please go and do what other people ask you to do. So for me,
Yeah.
I'm ready to accept that. If people telling me crazy or stupid or doesn't matter for me anymore. That's their problem.
Also, it people are so easy to just like they easily give opinions. They don't think before they speak. But to you it means a lot. But it's I can easily just say, oh no, what you're doing is wrong. It doesn't matter to me at all.
Right.
Like I can just say it, but what it makes with you and what it changes in you, that is your choice then.
That's
So
exactly.
you
That's
just-
totally up to you. That's totally up to you. So one last thing, remember, one day it doesn't matter we are millions of people around us, we have to go this journey by ourselves.
Yeah.
That's it. Nobody cannot change that. Nobody cannot change that. You are your own journey. Right, you are your own journey, and so please take that acceptance and grow yourself and learn how to stand tall.
Yeah. Put
Not
the
with other
energy
people, with
inside.
yourself, inside
Yeah.
you.
We all have just that amount of energy, and we can decide to put it outwards or inwards.
So what I'm asking, as a Buddhist monk, we all have a little Buddha inside us, and so please take let that little Buddha to grow inside you.
Yes.
Then you become a very powerful Buddha to the world and for yourself.
I love that idea.
So
I'll take
thank
it
you.
in my heart.
Linda, any last thing you have to say, or before we finish this episode?
I feel like we all need to believe in ourselves.
Right.
Just like really have the confidence to say what I'm doing is right, even though it's hard sometimes. That's what gets you to the point of success or wherever if you have a goal, follow it.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Listen to my 6th episode from Innsbruck, Austria. So I'm so grateful to Linda doing it, my long time good little young beautiful friend. Thank you so much. You have a long journey to go, Linda, and I'm thinking you can add more love to the world in future, because you have wonderful spirit. And okay, everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to see you again somewhere in the world. Stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.